that's the thing. Financially, administration gives you an opportunity to rip off any contract you don't want to keep, whether it's the sales staff, suppliers, the manager. If they don't like my contract because I get a cut of transfer, they just get rid of me and then they can sell players to what they want. Which I'm sure is the policy. And if they take over the players, they won't have money in the bank to pay them. The only way they can pay the way is now, I know the people that have been appointed as agents in the Stockport, a good thing for them, they get that. But the problem is that until the owners come in, the only other way you could do it is if new owners come in and ask for exclusive rights, 3-month period of exclusivity, and they pay the wages, and then get 3 months to occupy the business. But there's a lot of talk about, the administrators have been talking about it, on the league to do this. So you'll have people wanting to buy it, but the first and foremost interested in getting the maximum pennies per pound credit. So whoever comes in offers 10 pence a pound, 15 pence a pound. So it's a harsh road for us, but it's also a harsh road for the butchers, the bakers, the carpet fitters, or the plumbers, the businesses are probably given.
Scaffolders.
Not by you any chance, John, is it really? They're not going to get the money, and like I said, it's probably in the borough, there's £500,000 being taken off out of people. I mean, we all live in small houses and we all got bills to pay, but the one thing you don't do is run up credit cards and start borrowing and stealing services off people.
No, you don't.
You don't. You just live within your means and you cut your cloth, and that's been my concern all along when I said last year that I don't trust the budget. Because it happened the year before. We had to sell players in January.
Why did you buy Baker and Thompson then?
I was told we had the money. I was told I had a particular budget, and then 2 weeks later I was told it was £500,000 less. And then I was told a week after that they would have to still sell a player for £400,000 in January. But in the meantime, we should have done it as well. It's hard to explain all of what went on, but the budget that was produced, it wasn't a real budget. It was a paper exercise to produce a wage bill at the end. And that's what happened the year before, and I said, well, I don't trust the budget. It's based upon it. You can all put figures together and convince your missus that we can afford a new Ferrari. No, but the reality after a month's strike is that you haven't really been working to that budget. 6 months later, we were £600,000 down. So how can you be £1 million out on a £2.5 million budget? And the same thing happened last year. How can you have a record date receipts, record player sales, and still lose 650,000 after being to Wembley?
We've been offered, we've never ever been told.
And how can you carry £1 million worth of losses forward without pinching off the creditors and hiding money? And but then you sell a player. If somebody said to me, you have to sell Liam Dickinson to keep the company in business, you accept that. What you don't do is take in 300,000 from somebody.
Yeah.
One day, very short crop one day, and it's probably in a little black car.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, obviously it's been running at a loss, and nobody knew. And they didn't do anything last year to bring in sell shares or to bring in money or to cut costs. After Wembley, they started giving more contracts out, employing more people, which we couldn't afford. We started living like the first division club on second division income. I think the players' promotion and the appearance at Wembley we've got about 9,000. I think we come up with some figures. We get 150,000 for that. So then you had £50,000 worth of advertising on top of that. Then you've got the prize money, TV money. So Wembley was successful. But they never counted in the playoff games, 2 series finals, which made 10,000 each, plus the 20,000 I doubt that wasn't successful. The data fees has gone up. I think it went up to 206,000. We'd have probably 400,000 more gate fees, more in season, and more in merchandise than any other year. It's always being different to 350,000 and the over to 150,000 on top of Ryan Salve and Elfrid's start of the year. So, where it all goes.
Oh, that's one question.
Well, that's where I think you need to bring in forensic accounting.
Well, I actually said that. We're going to pick somebody, and anybody who... Yeah, you were there when you saw the microphone. I asked him, I said, where's my pick somebody? And Mark McGuire said, oh, I actually used that to pay the players' wages. 2 members of the club said, we don't know anything about that. So I said, right, well, so if you don't know, and he's appointed and he's part of it, if you've either stolen it, or you've taken our money by fraud, and I want my investigation. And I was just sat on. So, you know, I think we should maybe understand the supporters club. You want to ask for this to be investigated by the fraud department.
It's only a symptom of a bigger illness.
Yeah. So Matt takes everything else out again.
Well, maybe we should actually have... I think it should.
Our crooks, absolutely.
I think it should be in criminal investigation. Well, I'm not happy with it. So.
Funny thing is, he's still getting paid and I'm not.
Yeah,
That's because they couldn't afford to sack him and discredit him because he's probably going to be the person who comes back and buys it.
Well, the answer is that. He's not going to get anybody coming in that turnstile then because everybody hates him. And I had a go at him before all this came out in the ground, just before he sold Jim McNulty. And I actually, just before he resigned, sorry. And I actually gave him my team certificate and said, right, I want a refund of it if you sign another. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks again.
No problem.